Hey. So, you will notice this video is going to be a little different than the others. I am not streaming on StreamYards. So, there's that. I probably will next time. We will see how it goes. The news. Yes, a lot of it is about the ongoing election, and you're not allowed to talk about that, or YouTube will ding you. And then you've got the virus of unknown origin. No one knows what country that came from. Talk about that, and you're in trouble as well. Makes the news difficult to talk about at times. So, let's start with some happy news. Okay, the United States has changed execution protocols, which means gas, firing squad, hanging, electric chair, they're all coming back. That's right. See, the system that had been in place was the federal government can only execute with lethal injection. Even though states can do various things, I believe Utah still has hanging as an option. Kansas still has the firing squad. And the Army, they have various ways of executing as well. But the federal government could only do lethal injection. It is now by lethal injection or by any other manner prescribed by the law of the state in which the sentence was imposed. Alright. So, if you commit a crime and you're federally charged and they're going to execute you and you're in a state that allows death by a jar of honey and ants, then the federal government can use that option. If you are in a state that does not allow execution, then you can only be executed by lethal injection. Now, capital punishment always brings up the debate. Are you for capital punishment or are you against it? Well, most people aren't for capital punishment. Even if they're okay with death penalty happening, a lot of people aren't in favor of it. I mean, you're taking someone's life. That's bad. That's sad. That sucks. I believe having a unanimous jury find the person guilty and then having the jury determine on the death penalty or not is and it being unanimous. I think that does give an extra step. I don't think it should be all willy-nilly. I do think there are some crimes that should be punishable by death other than murder. You can imagine what those might be. And it's certainly not cutting someone off on the freeway. It's tempting, as a lot of people would be, to execute those. I think it's a serious topic. I think it's a serious subject. I do not approve of banning the death penalty. But it's a pretty serious punishment. It should be a pretty serious crime. Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. Yes, they're actually going to fight. I guess they're booking or taking reservations for the pay-per-view. Big numbers, apparently. Everyone's excited. I predict Mike Tyson to win. That seems the obvious pick. But people are acting like Jones has no shot. If you overlook the last 2 years, what he's been doing, he, one of the greats. Pound for pound, one of the greatest of all time. Absolutely loved watching his fights. So, there's that potential. I mean, he really could pull it out. I mean, let's look at the last Tyson fight. He just sat down and quit. Refused to come out of his corner. So hopefully they put on a good show. I'm very excited. I'm going to get it. I hope that it's a good fight. Tyson Fury commented on the fight. Well, he commented on Iron Mike. He said something along the lines of, if Mike Tyson got a couple shots on him, he'd be done. Mike Tyson has the power that George Foreman had. No one could take shots from him if he gets some good shots in. I thought that was cool. I mean, love Tyson Fury. Big fan. And he is an arrogant, cocky prick, which is what we want in a fighter. And it's a big deal for him to show that much respect to someone. But I mean, his name is Tyson, right? Speaking of fights, Johnny Depp lost another one. He lost the appeal, and he's going to have to pay for court costs for the Sun. So not only did he lose the case, he now has to pay his attorneys and the other team's attorneys. It's a little bit of a slap in the face. But this is the UK, where they arrest people for telling a joke. I mean, the UK, the legal system in the UK is laughable. It is clearly not contingent on innocence or freedom or common decency. It is bought and sold. There is no justice in the UK. And that's not because of the Johnny Depp case. It's just because of Tommy Robinson and Count Dankula and Jesus Christ, what the SNP is trying to pull now. Oh, and the Harry Potter movie, the series that fired Johnny, they're replacing him with Mads Mikkelsen. Fantastic actor. I am sure he will do a lovely job. But they can fuck right off. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. But I'm not going to support J.K. Rowling if she's just going to bend over like that. No. Her fans stood by her when she is being attacked over defending women. And she's just going to cave to a Twitter mob. Yeah. No backbone, no spine. So, and next up, cancel culture. Everybody loves cancel culture, right? No. Cancel culture is fucking stupid. Now, when they're canceling someone or something I don't like, does that make it okay? What do you think, Panda? Nope, still fucking stupid. Now, I will admit, sometimes when someone like Jimmy Kimmel is getting canceled, you get a little chuckle about it because he demanded others be canceled, but it's still not right. So what are they canceling these days? Everything. Everyone and everything's getting canceled at some point. Let's see. Rosario Dawson and her mom got into it, fight or argument or something with someone who may or may not be trans. Okay. So that makes her transphobic? Okay, allegedly, sure. Now, charges were dropped, she was vindicated, and she just showed up on the latest episode of The Mandalorian. So everyone's, ooh, cancel. Which is odd, because she's had a couple other roles since this issue. No one was up in arms about those. Also, Gina Carano on The Mandalorian. She refused to put pronouns in her bio. Oh, okay. So that makes her transphobic? Oh, okay. So they want to cancel her. Oh. So everyone without... No, just her. Oh. Now, Rosario Dawson, she's dating Senator Cory Booker. So, naturally, they demanded he step down from his presidential run and this and that, right? No, not canceling him? Huh. Just The Mandalorian. You know, it's almost as if they're just going after things that have toxic fandom. Like The Last of Us 2. No one liked the game, except for people that don't play video games. Apparently they are the greatest thing ever. Why? Because certain people hated the game because it got weird and yeah, it shit on the fans. Shitting on the fans, they love it. Anytime you do anything that fans like, a certain Twitter crowd attacks it. Right. What else are they canceling? Well, McDonald's. They're canceling McDonald's. Why? Is it the way they treat their employees? No. Is it their food and how terrible it is? No. What is it? Oh, that's right. They're offering a jerk chicken sandwich. Yeah. Why cancel them for that? Because, obviously, jerk chicken comes from the Caribbean, Jamaica, which means McDonald's serving it, bunch of white people cooking it, that makes it racist. That's how it works, right? See, only certain groups of people are allowed to eat certain foods or cook certain foods. Because otherwise, you're appropriating culture. Now, I like food. That's how I got fat. I love to cook as well, which helped me get fat. Now, I don't eat pork Generally, sometimes I do a little bit here and there, but as a general rule, I don't eat pork. Now, there's a puerco pibil dish that I converted to pollo pibil. It's slow roasted chicken, wrap it in banana leaf. Very good dish. It's very, very Mexican. I am not Mexican. Yeah, I still cook it. I like cooking it. And I like eating it. And the people I serve it to, they like eating it too. I've even served it to people who are Mexican. And they didn't get mad or offended that I cooked a Mexican dish. Crazy. But these are the same people that shit the bed over kimonos. They were having an art exhibit. They were showing traditional Japanese art, serving traditional Japanese food. And they gave people kimonos and traditional Japanese shoes, I forget what they're called, to wear. And it was like a night to celebrate all things Japanese. Minus hentai. I'm pretty sure they weren't celebrating hentai. But, they should. Sorry, and people fucking freaked out over it. Oh, it's so racist, cultural appropriation. Oh. This was a bunch of white Karens who've never been to Japan. Because, man, you get off the plane and they're throwing kimonos at you. You get to the hotel, kimono. In Japan, they apparently are proud of their culture. And they like to share it with others. And it makes them happy. And it makes you happy. It makes you feel welcome. And, you know, it's people coming together. Which is obviously a bad thing for Alyssa Milano and the rest of the Karens. They pulled the same shit over dreadlocks, because never mind the fact that Celts had it long before they ever met anyone from Africa. And ancient Greek tribe, or city-state, I forget which one, Myanmar or something. No, that's a country near Laos. They wore dreads. It's almost like all people grow hair. And if you take your hair and you do certain things to it, it turns into dreads. Huh. It's almost like people all around the world figured out the same thing. Nope, that's racist. Alright, this is awesome news. No, it's not. It's terrible. In Jackson, Mississippi, the police are beginning a pilot program where they are going to live stream your Amazon doorbell camera. Yeah. This is a little bit old news. It started November 3rd. But it is a 45-day pilot program where they will be watching your fucking doorbell. For participating residents. That is such a violation of the Constitution. Big Brother's watching. Jeez. Also, Italian scream queen Daria Nicolodi. I probably said the name wrong. My apologies. She has passed away at the age of 70. She famously worked with Dario Argento on some amazing horror films in the 70s. And her daughter, Asia Argento, she's quoted as saying, "Rest in peace, beloved mother. Now you can fly free with your great spirit. And you won't have to suffer anymore." Regardless of what people may think of Miss Argento, due to her Me Too issues, it is very, sad to lose a loved one, and my condolences. Country music legend Hal Ketchum, which I did not remember any of his music by his name, so I looked some of it up and I remember it. It's good music from the 80s. Didn't realize it was country. I mean, he wasn't wearing a cowboy hat, and there were no steel guitars or fiddles. But Hal Ketchum has died at the age of 67 due to complications from dementia. It's terrible. His wife, Andrea, said, "With great sadness and grief, we announced that Hal passed away peacefully last night at home due to complications of dementia. May his music live on forever in your hearts and bring you peace." There are a few more awful illnesses than dementia, Alzheimer's. It devastatingly awful. Both of these people had storied careers, and they both lived long lives, and I hope they're both in better places, and my condolences to the family, friends, and fans. So that is the news. Again, not streaming this on StreamYard. My apologies if you prefer that method. I thank you very much for watching. I very, very much appreciate that you're going to give me a thumbs up. And go ahead and leave a comment. I like it when you leave comments. Anyways, I hope you have a wonderful week. And remember, the Green Bay Packers suck.